One of the great things about the LV1 Classic mixer is the ability to use Dugan Automixer as part of your workflow. So I just want to show you how to turn it on, how to engage it, and then a couple of use cases for how you might implement it into your service or event. So in the Modes tab here, we've basically got our input, rack, dynamics, effects, etc. And then if you click to the right, there's a mode called Dugan, and you can just engage that. I have 4 channels here that now have Dugan applied to them. There are actually 64 Dugan channels available in LV1, and so you can use this if you have, more than 4 channels. Let's say you have a panel discussion as part of a conference, and you want to basically do auto mixing for those headset mics that are around a conference table. You can do that easily with Dugan Automixer. So we'll just turn it on, and what happens now is there's a priority slider here where you basically can give, let's say the host of your conference discussion is going to be the one that needs the most priority for when that mic is turned on and the other ones are ducked or muted. So I'm giving mixed priority to channel 2 here and channel 4 because I know they're going to do most of the talking. And so those other mics, the signal is going to be ducked under the main speakers whenever they're speaking so that we don't have a lot of mic bleed into the other mics. So I have a podcast episode here ready to play that we can just show kind of how Dugan is working and see what the metering does.
Okay.
Can I just say something first? I hope this is okay to say. It seems like this relatively older church for the most part, and I love old people. There's
That
something
being said, there are a handful of younger faces in there.
Yeah,
Like,
younger
you said
faces.
old, and I was like, doesn't.
The church is 90 years old.
Oh, that's awesome.
And you see the choir and there's older folks up there, and I'm just like.
So you can see the green meter is actually, it's not really a gain meter, it's just an indicator of who has the most signal, and so their mic is fully on. The other ones kind of duck into the background when another person takes over. But Dugan Automixer is a great way for you to handle those kind of multiple speaking mics that you don't want to have all on all the time in your mix. I was mixing for Dude Perfect in their arena tour a few years ago, and I used Dugan Automixer on their headset mics because they're running around, they're playing games, they're interacting with the audience, and it was really helpful for me to be able to control the priority of whose mic was going to be hot at the right time. So I hope that you can find it helpful and useful for you, especially, in those conferences or a panel discussion or an interview when you have multiple speaking mics and you're not really sure who's going to talk when because the conversation isn't scripted. This is a great way to have kind of automated control over which mic gets priority and makes live mixing of multiple mics a whole lot easier.